had I had a blackfisher tell me that she experienced racism. And she was trying to explain to me that because of her religion and her husband and other things that she experienced racism. And I'm like, oh, wow, okay. I've had people call me things, but that doesn't, like, I'm still a white man at the end of the day. I don't know. With this person right here, what do you guys see? Just out of curiosity.
I did my 23andMe quite a while ago. I was actually really impressed to find out how diverse my background really was. While most of it is Southern European and Italy, and several different parts of Italy, I thought it was pretty cool that I had a pretty diverse background overall. One of the really cool things about 23andMe tells you all kind of data. Like here it talks about if you had lighter color eyes, you were likely more from like Northern European, where the colonizers came from. And with brown eyes like mine, you're more likely from Southern European. So yeah, I have melanin in my skin. I can get dark, believe me, I can get very dark. The first couple of years I lived in Florida, I would go to the beach all the freaking time to an unhealthy level of darkness because bottom line is, I'm still white. See, there's white Italians and there's black Italians. There's white Cubans, there's black Cubans. There's white Spaniards and there's black Spaniards. In fact, now in 2021, there's white and black everywhere. One thing I'm not going to do is I'm going to try and really not be colorist, and I apologize if I was in this video at all. Never my intent to hurt anybody. Ever. I don't think that shit's cool. So something a lot of people don't know is that Columbus Day was created in part to address the fierce prejudice, widespread discrimination, and the lynchings that Italian Americans faced in the America of the time. The mass lynchings of 11 Italian Americans in New Orleans in 1891 prompted the creation of the holiday. So if you ever wonder why Italians traditionally have not considered themselves part of the Latinx community, even though we're the original Latinx community, that could be Italy behind me, couldn't it?
My life is at risk every day from the racism and discrimination in America.
She started that video by saying, as a POC Italian.
Hold up, wait a minute. Let's talk about Italy. In fact, let's talk about the Latin culture and where it originated. Many people don't know this, but the Latin language and the Latin culture originated in Italy. Isn't that a kick in the head? The Latins were an ancient Italic people of the Latium region in central Italy. The birth of Latin took place around 700 BC in a small settlement sloping up towards Palatine Hill. The speakers of this language were called Romans, after their legendary founder, Romulus. The Latins were sprung from those Indo-European tribes that during the second millennium BC came to settle in the Italian peninsula. Italy is a southern European country with a long Mediterranean coastline, and that's what gives us our olive-colored skin and makes it easy for us to tan. And yeah, there were times when I lived in Florida, I would get darker than that. And even when I was on the pale side, like there, I would still be pulled out of the line when I would go to the airports and get frisked. Every fucking time. I guess to them, they thought I looked like a terrorist. Maybe it was the goatee, I don't know. But just because we have a little bit darker skin, that's my dad, by the way, and we might have an olive complexion, that's my mom, does not mean we are people of color. That was my